Welcome on this fine Tuesday night here in Gardena, California. Welcome to the show. Man, it's good to be back in the studio. It's just all kinds of feelings, Tucker.
Hello, sir.
And that man sitting across from me, staring sensually into my eyes.
How's it going, sir?
Christopher Tucker.
I missed you.
I missed you too, sir. What is going on, sir?
Oh, God. And I tell you, every day is a fucking battle straight uphill. But, overall, all things considered in life, doing well.
I know we need to give people updates on like what we've been doing the last.
I don't want to do that.
No, that's how we're gonna.
You don't need that. You don't. Oh, come on. What do you want from me?
All right.
Just Ed, I'm hanging on by a thread. All right, that much. I'm all right. I went running today. I'm good.
George, if you want to have a picture idea ready, that that poster that says hang in there with the cat, like hanging on to the string. If we could just do like Tucker's face on the little kitty.
The kitty?
Yeah. Just like.
What's the size difference?
You got it, buddy.
A cat and a kitty. There's kitty.
So kitty's just like.
And cat's like an ugly fuck.
My cat's are cute.
I'm not in a great mood, if you can tell. Yeah, I'm not.
And it's a great time to talk about Galaxy Soccer.
No, it's always good. It's always a good day, man. Always. Even the bad days are good days. But
you woke up and you're breathing in your lungs.
I got one more chance, man.
It's a good day.
But I could complain. If push me enough, I'll complain a little bit.
Oh yeah.
How are you doing? It's you. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Again, all things considered, life is good. What can I say?
One day we will start this show, and we'll be like, "Hey man, how's it going?" And we'll be like, "Pretty good, pretty all right." We're not bringing everybody down. Doing okay. Why come back? I just thought about that.
But here's the thing: it's comforting to know that like stuff is still cool, like it's still the same.
But it's not. It's everything's worse. Everything. No, my son is potty trained. That is phenomenal.
Oh, he's pooping on his own.
He's pooping on his own.
Sorry, Steven, we're gonna go into poop talk already.
No, but it's fine. It's in the bowl. It's right where it belongs. He's peeing standing up now. He's very proud of it. Yeah, man, it's awesome. Like that's you know what? That's better than I'm giving credit. Because that's pretty fucking. It just saves. It's the coin. It saves a lot.
Well, like a week ago, he was shitting on himself, and
now even that, like, well, we're out of the questionable period because there's the he's shitting and pissing on himself all the time, like normal, but older, so it's kind of weird. Now you're like, dude, we talk. Like, what are you doing?
Now you can communicate with me now.
I know your favorite color. If I know your favorite color, you should be done with all this nonsense. But there was the time period where we were full blown, tints, and then it tapered off, and then you get some some accidents and all that. But that's just part of the growing period. But now we're firmly in like,
and at least like there's no more blowouts.
The blowouts are the worst. Well, the worst was the time he shat at me, like in my direction. I got out of the way. He was small back then. He was, I knew to keep an eye on him. Well, like fresh out.
Okay.
That's when they do stuff like that. And I swear he laughed, but Erica says he was too young to laugh. But we're done.
You're like, I knew better though.
Yeah. Oh, I know a Tucker. I know a Tucker. But yeah, he's fully done with all that, man. Dude's on his own, and he's next stop is school. That's
got to be like one of like the best things about being a parent is like seeing the development of like not being able.
Then they hit teenage years and they fucking regress, and you're like, why?
And then you're like, oh, just go back to being a child, please.
Yeah. Well, that part's hard. The realizing the most important thing I've probably realized so far is all the really cool things that you love about your kid in any moment only lasts for a window. So you get when they burn white hot on something and they're like, this is the best fucking thing. And then they start to taper out on it a little bit. So as much as you enjoy them enjoying something, you really have to enjoy it because it's here today and gone tomorrow. And at least at this age, like he's into something and it's the greatest fucking thing. And then a week later, he wants nothing to do with it.
You talk about like movies, like he'll watch like a Moana for like five times a day.
Ed, I've seen Moana 7,000 times. That might be fair because I've seen it multiple times in a single day. I got most of the dialogue down. I ask him if he wants to watch Moana now. He gets mad at me. Like I did something to him.
Like, don't be an idiot, Dad.
Come on. I'm like, all right, well, that's, calm down. You're almost big enough for me to hit. So, relax. Cars. I saw all those fucking Cars movies. Now he loves the cars, doesn't want to watch the flicks, wants nothing to do with them. I miss them now. I've seen those movies more than I've seen Star Wars. Like it's a real weird thing where, you get the window. It's just, is what it is.
And then, as always, it hasn't been always, but we're glad he's back in the studio.
I think you can give Ben the as always at this point.
I mean, when we were back a couple episodes, it was like, Ben's here to start us.
Through some shit, man.
Yeah, of course.
Come on.
Hey,
as always.
I'm not saying, as always.
How dare you?
As always, the try to our tripod. Ben, I was going to call him Ben Rodriguez. It's my brother's name. Ben Aranda, producer Ben. How's it going, sir? You see how this is happening when you haven't done this in like 2 months?
Yeah.
You just go right back to episode 1 where we're just terrible at this.
Hanging out in the closet.
Yeah.
I'm doing all right, man.
Hey, Ben.
Getting by,
Yeah, man. How's everything? How's the kids?
Everything's good, man. Had a good Halloween. The kids went trick-or-treating, all that. I stayed home, passed out candy,
What kind of candy guy are you?
Okay, what kind of candy do you think, Tucker?
Copious. Large amounts. Whichever the biggest pile is. That's the Ben one.
Ben feels like
what kind of candy do you think I'm handing out?
Oh, handing out?
Yeah. He feels like a pretzel kind of guy.
Elena came home with the cheese and crackers, and she was pissed. she's like, the first house we went to gave us this.
This is giving me like a whole bonus snack. It's not even candy. I got candy. I got a ton of candy. Give me some savory in there. I like, mix that shit up. I want to say candy corn, but Ben seems, Ben seems like the kind
just to be a jerk.
Just to be a Grinch.
Just to be a jerk.
Ben seems like the kind of guy who would attempt to curry favor with the neighborhood children by handing out premium candy.
Oh, the regular size bars.
But trying to beat out all of his neighbors.
Yeah.
Like making sure like, we got to stop by the Aranda house. Ben hands out the best candy.
Yeah.
He seems like that kind of dude.
Kind of.
No?
But I had a lot of candy. Like each bag's getting each bag's getting a handful.
It's quantity.
Yeah.
Going for quantity.
Okay. All right.
This year we did Sour Patch. I got a big thing of Sour Patch Kids. We did had the tropical Sour Patch, the regular Sour Patch, the watermelon Sour Patch. Just handing out bags.
He's like Forrest Gump. He's like watermelon Sour Patch.
George.
Yes,
there you
please.
go. Hey, see? Yeah, give a little room.
So I went out with my
Swedish
nephew
fish Sour Patch
in their neighborhood.
Did you dress up, Ed? You seem to be the type of guy that would dress up.
So I took
in a heartbeat for anything.
Yeah.
I still got that video of you singing like a dress.
Denise is like, it's not Halloween, Ed. He goes, oh, it is tonight.
It's always Halloween.
Don't you judge me.
Yeah. Don't kink shame me.
I can't say anything. I'm not trying to get canceled with
No,
it.
I mean, an update since we've last recorded. Did I say this?
What?
I got a job.
Oh, dude.
The last time we recorded, I'm not sure.
I thought you were going to kink update us.
No, oh yeah.
It was a weird place for you to stop and be like, by the way. I don't know if I updated you guys about this. I'm a furry now.
Yeah, I like to dress up as a skunk now.
Why a smelly one?
He's always been a furry. He just changed. He just changed.
Yeah.
He changed
Or a
his
panda.
furry talk.
Not a panda. What's the trash pandas? What are they called?
Trash pandas?
What's the animal? God damn it.
Trash panda.
A raccoon.
A raccoon. Thank you.
Oh. Yeah, that would be George. That would be your furry costume.
I would just look like Mario in the raccoon outfit.
There you are, George. Thank you, sir. Gonna be busy.
So I started working for a school, and so they like to do activities and stuff. So I literally took my graduation robe from this past June and just wore that. And then when I went out with my nephew,
finally graduated, and for Halloween you went as a graduate.
Yes. I literally have nothing to wear. Like I didn't have a costume, so I was like, I'll just wear this, just to be like, I'm participating.
Yeah.
But then I went out with my nephew that night, and my wife had the idea of just like printing out like a Harry Potter house logo and just wearing that on the robe.
Okay, so you went as a Potter character.
Yeah.
Which house was it?
Slytherin, because I only had black clothes. I only have black clothes.
Everyone wears black in Harry Potter. This is all the
no,
robes are
we've
black.
been watching him. We had like a whole marathon like this last 2 weeks.
Are you getting ready to fucking? Are you pulling my card on Harry Potter?
I'm telling you,
You getting ready to out Potter me? Is this
Slytherin-
what I'm understanding?
You
want to go?
That is a Patreon, right?
You want to go?
That is a Patreon.
Oh, bro, you're in the wrong. You're in for a world of hurt.
So what house do you think he would actually be?
No, I'm
100% Hufflepuff for sure.
Yeah, you're
Isn't
definitely.
that like
It's the house that lives inside the kitchen.
You just don't. You don't like a lot of hassle. Like they're fine. The Hufflepuff seems like the house most likely to smoke weed, though.
I feel like that's like Ravenclaw.
Yeah, I'd go with
They're too
Ravenclaw.
smart and cunning.
Exactly.
Marijuana just holds them back.
Nah.
Trust me. Trust me. That's my house. Believe me. Yeah. It's a healthy balance.
I don't know if it holds you back. I feel like it like
Superpowers,
balance,
man.
yeah.
It balances my crazy.
Yeah.
Keeps me right in line.
But what I was trying to say, there's in my uncle rents out the back house to my brother, and so in their neighborhood, it's like a pretty white neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen this in my neighborhoods that I've lived in, but someone left a basket out, and you see that happens. They leave a basket out of candies. Yeah. This person had like the full size candy bars in a basket. I'm like, this would never happen in any of the neighborhoods that I lived in, and not survive like the first 5 minutes or the first kid to come by.
Yeah, it's the first kid.
Yeah,
it would be the neighborhood I grew up in.
Like basket and all. Like you would not see that basket again.
And that kid wouldn't even feel bad. They feel justified in being the early bird gets a worm.
They were like, you shouldn't have done that.
You should
have
have
knew
sunset.
that this was going to happen.
You asked me to.
Yeah.
You just were handing me a bunch. That's bold. That's a bold choice.
The caucasity.
It's a white move for sure. It's definitely a white move. Yeah, what minorities doing some shit like that?
Oh no, man.
Candy is hard to come by.
Hey, it's a commodity. Because you can go back and sell it at school, like make some money off of it.
Hustle from then
make the hustle, man.
Buy yourself a little weight and move that, chop that up. Mix a little baking soda.
Yeah, move up to perks.
That's
like
the way it is. Whoa. Next thing you know, you fucking got bricks on bricks.
Ah, man. That's thank you.
You guys don't know we're trying to get out at like a relative normal time, and in lieu of giving us a segue
or move on, or
Ben just leaned into the secret mic you can't hear and just said
tight butthole.
Tight butthole, guys.
How am I not supposed to react to that? Like we're not supposed to react to Ben on the secret microphone.
He wasn't like, so what happened in the Minnesota game?
Yeah. Let's talk before we talk Big Boy Galaxy.
Tight butthole.
Tight butthole. I shouldn't move into the second team where we have teenagers on that team.
Don't highlight it, man.
Just move into it. Power through.
Whoa.
Galaxy 2. If you guys have been paying attention these last month and a half, 2 months, they made really charged effort to make it into the playoffs. Unfortunately, they needed a win in their last 3 games, and they lost every single
Didn't quite work out.
game. Didn't work out. Very unfortunate. You had a lot of guys step up during that 2-month period where I thought the Galaxy were just going to be out of it, and then they, like a typical Galaxy team, brings your hopes up, and then just comes crashing down. So I don't know if you guys watched the game. There's 1-0 loss to Orange County that knocked them out.
Last one.
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch a lot of G2 this year. I read they were fun, but I didn't get to watch a ton of it. I got to see that one, and that was a heartbreaking way to kind of go out. It's what was it, the 94th minute, something crazy? I feel like it was really late. Am I wrong in that? It was a while ago.
I didn't see the game. I just saw the Twitter aftermath, which was pretty typical Galaxy Twitter.
Well,
it's doom and gloom, man.
Yeah.
Well,
it's been kind of our MO the last 6 years.
I mean, it's
yeah, but it cracks me up that people calling for everybody to be fired because G2 didn't make the playoffs.
And it was the 90 plus 4th minute.
I thought so. I felt it was really, really late. It's the end of the very end of the game. It didn't matter. Like they needed to win.
They needed to win.
Junior Gonzalez even said that when he was talking to the coach, whoever coaches for Orange County, at the end of the match, and they were shaking hands. He was like, the other coach asked him, "Hey, did you guys make it in, or was this out for you?" And he says, "No, we had to win. There was no 2 ways about it." Painful way to go down. Galaxy 2 had a lot of chances in that game, and just couldn't really put one away. I feel like I remember them hitting the woodwork a couple times. But yeah, just it was one of those games where, watching it, you think back to the last 2 games where you had a chance to kind of get over the line and you really needed to. And if you might be a bit of foreshadowing.
That's what I'm saying. Like
to the last opportunity, it might come back to bite you.
Well, that was the thing too. I mean, they had the game before they lost by 1 goal. Their one road trip of the year to East Coast team, the Charleston Battery, like they got beat pretty handily. I mean, there's a lot of games that you look back and you're like, oh, that could have been a game we could have won and got those points. But they needed 1 win in the last 3 and they couldn't do it. And It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see people are like, oh, we put so much money into this, into our youth, and they can't win anything. It's like, well, there's 16, 17-year-olds playing against grown ass men.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's still 3 games. It's 3 games needing one result and not being able to do that. So if you're not holding the kids accountable for that, and that's fair. From an organizational standpoint, they clearly were pushing to get into a playoffs and try to get into a playoff spot. So you look, you would then look at the management and there's a lot of turnover right now. So you would wonder, given how much change there is, is Junior Gonzalez necessarily a Vanny guy? And if
which he wasn't, he was appointed by.
He was in before.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I could see them. I wouldn't be. Would you be shocked if they made a change like that? I think that's more the question.
No, I wouldn't. And then especially if like the rumors are true, if DTK is leaving, I mean, you bring in a whole new manager. If it's who knows if
you bring in a new GM.
If you bring in a GM, if it's just Vanny who wants to bring a new guy for himself, like.
But then he'd want
his guy.
Conceivably, he'd want his coach and for implementing his system all the way through.
I would think it's more than likely that we see a new coach for D2.
I wouldn't be shocked if the only way I could see Junior Gonzalez really keeping his spot is I think Guessman said we're definitely in G2 is definitely still in USL for next year.
Yeah, he confirmed it. So
if okay, I want to say nothing if it was,
right.
You know what I mean.
Oh yeah, I mean
I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble, and I'm not paying attention enough now to know what to sift through. But it's
and the thing is like that. It's hard to figure out any news on G2 because there really isn't any press that comes out of it.
There's not an outlet for it.
Yeah,
we were the outlet, and we had to disappear from it. But the other, I will definitely say the other podcasts and content creators definitely covering G2 a lot this year. But it's kind of hard to discern, so much of the news.
Because I mean, the only news you get is when articles come out like, oh, all the
what trickles out.
All the 2 teams are going to be going down to whatever USL League 2 or whatever it was, or yeah.
Well, that was the question. If we're staying in for one more year and we're pulling G2 out of USL next year, I could see them saying, well, we're just going to keep the guy in that we have in. I don't know if he's contracted for another year, if his contract is up, but if he's still on contract, like why buy him out and get rid of him if you're one more year in this league and then move it on.
And then if Vanny, who knows if he really likes Junior Gonzalez, maybe he keeps him on. I mean,
who knows? I mean, I could see him getting moved on, but if he hung out for another year, like overall, I think given the movement they had at G2, I could see the argument, but he also got given a lot of players, man. Most of the first team kids ended back up on G2.
Yeah.
For Kranis and Neal, both ended up back on G2. We're alternating with Jesus Vasquez, the center back. Both ended up starting.
I think you had them both take lengthy injuries at one point, but other than that, I mean, they had
the other one was fit when one went down. And outside of losing Cuevas, like you had Augie pulled up, that didn't work out, but Preston just scored 17 goals. Like you had a very hot center forward. I'm good either way. Like I think
there was a lot of positives this year with G2. I think more so than the last couple of years. I would say
we kept draft picks.
Yeah.
You guys understand how important it is. That it's not even important. It's just rare.
Different.
That we drafted players and brought them into the system, and they thrived at left back, which was Josh Drack stepping the fuck up when the blue chip prospect goes missing or goes off the reserve. Whatever happened, Josh Drack stepped up, made that position his own, did a very good job in it. Preston Judd. Take your chance. Augie's called up. Dunbar's called up. Zubak's called up. You get to start every week. The guy engages with fans on Twitter. Like that's what you want out of, someone scoring goals on your second team. It's
and there's really not anyone who seems to be coming up on as a striker. So
nope.
He's got a little time.
He's got some room. So make it your own.
And we'll talk a little bit more G2 down the road when we have off season stuff. We can get more into it. But let's get into the big boys, the first team. 1-1 draw, Seattle. More than I think 99% of the fans thought we were going to get out of Seattle.
Oh yeah, still not enough. If you listen to some people. I
mean, here's the thing: we had those chances, and I can go on the next half hour on just like railing into Cabral on that pass on that last.
Oh yeah.
I was so mad. I told my wife I got to go outside for a little bit. Like I felt
He brings the
I
passion.
felt hot. Like I felt heated.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta go outside for a little bit.
We had our chance. I'll be honest.
Which
Gio used to do that to me a lot.
yeah.
Or I would just look at him play and just start getting angry.
But 1-0 or 1-1. We get the first half goal from Chicharito. Classic Chicha goal. Like awkward, like sidekick goal. Which we're oddly dangerous on.
Would you believe me if I told you that was planned? I watched the game while we were sitting here.
If you like I was saying, like the
Williams. Well,
what I was saying was like we were actually a little bit dangerous on corner kicks.
Oh yeah,
and it kind of was the same play because we had a second chance where Sebastian got a shot off.
Oh yeah.
And it was the same draw play.
You can watch if you get a chance to, not just the highlights, but if you can rewatch the actual match, if you see it on TV or whatever, watch Derek Williams right before they pan to the corner for the corner kick. Watch Derek Williams go up and whisper in Nick DePue's ear. There's two guys on Nick DePue. There's 3 guys on Derek Williams. Williams whispers in DePue's ear. They cut to the corner. They cut back to the field so you can see the ball come in. DePue runs to the near post. Williams takes a step forward and stands still, completely still. All 3 defenders move with him. Chicharito's left wide open by himself. Beautiful play. Great goal. Great individual effort I hurt myself thinking about it.
I pulled a hamstring just looking at him doing that.
But like great individual effort. But watching the play kind of work it's always nice to see that an idea come to fruition and work out. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I would like to see that build up on the jet shot too, because it felt very similar to like it just a ball to like the front post and then just goes slightly over to Pew.
Yeah.
And that's where it gets to the jet and he takes that shot.
I like it. Was glorious.
Yeah. Good on him. But unfortunately,
I was just happy to see the urgency that they were playing with. You know,
at least in that first half.
Yeah, at least in the first half.
Yeah, because that wasn't so much the case in the second half.
23% of the people playing the Big Tony's Guess 'Em was predicted a draw.
That's pretty.
It's high. It's higher than I would have thought.
Yeah, me too.
Really?
Well, I could see people saying the best we're going to get out of it is a draw. So I'll take a draw.
And they want to be positive, so they're like, yeah, you know what? I'll predict a draw and not predict a loss.
That was me. I was like,
I thought 3-0 loss was.
I had 3-0 too. Yeah, I had 3-0 hammering. Glad to be wrong.
Yeah, and that first half, I was like, wow, can we actually do it? And I'm like on my couch, just like no. And then that first 5 minutes of the second half, and Fisher.
It's what I struggle to.
Fisher.
Yeah.
Bad. That's a bad night.
Yeah, well, I think everyone can logically understand a backup right back playing left back having a rough night against the 3rd best team in the league away from home.
Yeah.
On turf. Like, I think if you just, I get the immediate instant outrage that we're all looking for, but if you're just list off what it took for O'Neal Fisher, your backup right back, that you signed for free at the top of the year, playing left back for you just because he's quick. Yeah, it was a rough night. We were playing Seattle like that.
Yeah, but do you not put it on Fisher? Do you put it on Greg Vandy for starting him as left back?
I don't put what?
I mean, that's his decision to put him out there. Over
who do you want to who do you play? Well, this is what I keep seeing. They're like, get Fisher off the team. It's left back against the 3rd best team in the league away from home, not really needing a result, but doing your best to get a result, trying to get a result. Who are you playing?
That's the thing.
You got to look at your raw. It's not just a matter of getting a guy gone.
Well, you have your left back that you brought in,
but he's awful.
But he's bad too. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's like you either bring in your backup right back.
Try to
play that back.
Try to exist in a world where you do your best to be as content and happy as possible. Right? If you play Nico in that game, he's going to get destroyed. O'Neal Fisher basically got destroyed, but at least he's fast. Like at least there's something to his game that could have helped us in that situation.
Because he got smoked constantly.
But he's your backup right back playing left back. Two very
good
players.
If your speed is what you're like counting on him to be able to bring to the table.
It didn't work out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't. I'm not saying he was Roberto Carlos or he's Philip Lahm playing on the left. He's a Major League Soccer backup right back that you got for free at the top of the year, playing left back for you out of tactical need.
Yeah.
Because you're worried of what's going to happen if the other two that you brought in this year aren't good enough. It was 1-1. Like if that was the only time he got exploited and it hurt us, that's great. I take that. It's not amazing. I don't want him. I'm not saying let's start him against Minnesota or if we make the playoffs, let's start him. He's our new starting left back. But for what you're requesting of your backup right back who you got for free at the top of the year against the third best team in the league, it could have been much, much, much worse.
So what would be a solution in your eyes come Sunday? Because you're looking at the same situation.
We need a time machine. We need to go back. Well, it's not the exact same situation, but it's not far enough away. I wouldn't be surprised to see him. I think they said Villafaña is training again, and he might be back out.
But
I'm not huge on. I don't like him either. Josh Drack. I mean, let's see what happens. I don't know. There isn't always a solution.
Yeah.
Like that. I think that's probably where I'm feeling anxious and anxiety hearing it. Like trying to come up with a solution. There isn't always a solution. Sometimes you sign players, but sometimes you sign. Oh my god! Oh my heart!
Because our defense is so strong, our center backs are so strong.
I tried to run that really quick, and I was like, "Wait, huh? No. I only have one Nick DePew." No. Yeah, sometimes there's not a solution, man. Sometimes you're just putting a Band-Aid on it and doing your best.
You're just putting a Band-Aid over a fucking leak and just hoping.
Trying. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta try.
Positives of the game.
Chichi got a goal.
Bond again, amazing for us. Like,
yeah, we wouldn't be saying Bond if those two chances Seattle had off the post went in, and it which isn't.
But then he also had those like 2 or 3 saves that he put off the post. Like it.
Well,
the game easily is 4-1, 5-1.
100%.
Yeah.
I think about that spill he had right at the penalty spot.
Okay, yeah.
Like that's the one that screams the fuck out at me. But otherwise, 1-1 against Seattle. Like I'm not really complaining at anyone. Jonathan defensively had some good interceptions, which was nice to watch. Nick DePew, that's gonna be my biggest big up, man. I said it on Twitter. He plays so good. We're gonna sell him to Nashville for peanuts.
Yeah.
Like as a defender coming through the second team, we're just gonna
40,000 in game.
We'll just give him away to whoever's
probably like I see him as more of like a Cincinnati.
Who's coming? Who's expanding next year?
St. Louis, I think.
St. Louis. Boom. Get on the horn. I got a towering center back for you. Why do we spend so much money replacing defenders? Nick DePew, who we already had, still here playing. Daniel Saris, who we already had, still here, gets games. All the money we keep putting out on these players is crazy.
You spend $800,000 on these European and Central Americans, and just
for the DTK rumors. Like I went through all the players he brought in, and like that's something I keep going through. It's like it's a lot of defenders, man. And you still gave David Romney away inside of the league, gave AJ De La Garza away inside of the league. Like you had players who accomplished at least what the players you brought in did. But we're getting ready to do that all over again. So at least on left back.
Get ready, baby. Get ready.
I like turnover years.
Turnover. Woo! Let's do it. So this Sunday, 3:00.
LFC.
Last home game. Halftime. I'll be there. Tucker will be there.
We'll all be there, bro.
We're all going to be there. So
Knights of the round
come by and say hi. We'll all be there.
I'm bringing the baby.
I'm sure Tucker will be. Are you bringing the baby? So you're not getting smashed, though.
Smashed? No, I don't get smashed at games anymore. I'm old. Smashed? Would you like to see pictures of you? Would you? I can get right now. Would you? Do you?
Yeah.
Do you remember? You remember the pictures?
Yes, I remember the pictures.
Just check it. Again,
it's funny. I had memory.
My Harry Potter card. Man.
I had a memory pop up of your infamous puking on Travis's feet night.
He shouldn't wear sandals. What do you want?
Yeah, it's a grown man wearing sandals at a soccer game.
Sandals and pants. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, that's on him. That's on him. I agree.
I had a bad day. I had a really bad day that day.
That was a bad day. All right. So come by and say hi to us. We'll all be there. I'm sure Ben will be in the tailgate with us.
I will.
Okay, cool.
And I'm bringing the whole family, so it'll be fun.
Nice. Yes.
Everybody come out.
So all the Squadcast family will be out there on Sunday. So come say hi. Come give us hugs. Or if you're not, if you guys aren't familiar, just fist bumps or
elbow bumps
or waves, whatever. Or we'll touch feet if you're into that.
Bro, the virus is fake. Don't you know? Haven't you heard this?
I've heard it. Let's get into Big Tony's email, which is quite long. Thank you, Big Tony. Appreciate it. It has been a while. Yeah, turn it off. You guys take a break. You guys sit back and relax a little bit.
No, it's a good time to go pee.
Yeah, go pee. You have time.
It's a good time to go pee.
So, Big Tony, thank you again, Big Tony, for your emails. This has been a while since we've had one, so here we go. Well, there's a lot to cover, so strap yourself in. Prognostication. Last we updated this right before we played Minnesota in Minnesota. Chris had a 3-point lead over Ed and an 8-point lead on Ben. Well, since then, we had quite a few goose eggs across the board. Part of it was not bugging the boys for their predictions because I happened to be busy with work, but also the G's weren't helping by losing to teams they easily should have beat, at least on paper. Since the last update was back in September, I'll start there as it is pretty easy. For the rest of September, all three of you logged 0 points. Incorrect predictions for the Minnesota and Austin games. The G's lost both. And no prediction for RSL. October was a little bit better. Sure, there were 2 games that no predictions happened, but out of the 3 that did have predictions, Chris grabbed a big 4 points for Portland and 1 on the Dallas draw. Ed fared a little worse, getting a total of 4 points spread across the Chivas, Portland, Dallas, and KC games. Ben looked like he threw in the towel, but he grabbed 1 point for Dallas and then a big 4 points on the KC game. As we looked to the G's last game, we see that only Ben predicted a 1-1 draw, but thought Revolucion would put it in, so 3 points for him. That means going into the last game, Chris leads with 30 points, Ed is in second with 27, and Ben is close behind at 25.
Let's go.
Depending on the scores and predictions, both Ed and Ben could still win this and prevent Chris from three-peating.
Negative. Listener
predictions. Well, I'm sure everyone has been checking RiotSquadcast.com after every game to find out where they stand, or you've been ignoring it completely. I'm pretty sure that's the one. I know most have probably been ignoring the standings. Whatever. So last I updated everyone on the show, Jose Salgado was leading with 30 points, but he was in the midst of a 7-game scoreless streak. Ron L. was second, sitting with 2 points behind at 28, and Jason L. and Luis were third with 26. So it was close to the top. So what happened? Well, Jose at the top logged another 6 goose eggs, but luckily Ron L. hit 7 scoreless during that same time. Jason L. did the same with 7 scoreless, and Luis had 6 scoreless and skipped a game. But during that time, Galactic Raider Juan tried to make a move for the top, correctly getting full points on RSL and Sounders game, as well as grabbing 4 points on the Timbers match. Unfortunately, he also failed to put in predictions for 4 times since the Minnesota game and missed another 10 points earlier in the season. He, in fact, leads all listeners with 1.5 points per game, minimum 10 games. If Juan had actually filled out the predictions every week, I'd probably be looking into the booze he drinks. But since he didn't, he only sits tied for third with 30 points. So who's in lead? Well, it's still Jose Salgado, now with 38 points. He grabbed a big 4 points on the Timbers match to keep pace above Ron L., who was within 1 point going into last night. Jose was able to score 3 more points last night, correctly predicting the outcome and score, but expected Grandsir to score. Maybe if Grandsir got the start last night, it could have happened. Ron L., on the other hand, predicted a 2-1 Galaxy victory, with Chicha and Grandsir scoring. I mean, it's pretty close. Oh, so close. Unfortunately, that's 0 points, thereby giving Jose some breathing room. Anyway, Jose still sits at the table with 38 points, with Ronell trying to stay close with 34. 4 listeners share 30 points for third place: Galactic Raider Juan, Luis V, Matt Alessana, our boy, and Sneaks. Jose is well in control and will require an amazing prediction by Ronell or any third place listeners to tie or win the season. Other notable mentions on the table. Andrew currently sits 18 points adrift of Matthew, so we clearly know who's the best Alessana brother. Admittedly, Andrew missed entering predictions for 15 games this season, but Galactic Raider Juan missed 14 and sits third, so no excuses for Andrew. He just sucks. Ben made me type that. Special hats off to Jason J., who realized he trailed the leaders by a significant margin and started predicting own goals in an effort to catch up. Or maybe he really has no faith in the defense and expects an own goal in most games. He incorrectly predicted 8 different games to feature an own goal by the G's and currently sits 4 points in front of Andrew at 16.
It's just a long day. It's a long piece about how Andrew's beneath these people.
See, Andrew, even when listeners spot you 8 points, you're still losing. So disappointing. The prediction link for the last game should be live by the time the boys record. Looking forward, or is it remembering the past? I always forget when it comes to the G's. On Sunday, the G's host the Minnesota North Stars. Well, no one knows that name.
I do.
I know.
Yeah, fuck you talking about? This whole room does.
I'm giving the listeners a little benefit of the doubt, I guess, or not the benefit of the
Mikey
doubt.
Mo, Kevin Deneen, come on, man.
In the past, we've seen the G's control their own destiny, win, and qualify for the postseason. Well, this time it's a little more complicated. As of this morning, the G's sit 6th in the West and now 7th as of tonight. Good for a spot for the postseason, but not so fast. Oh, see, they're going to see that. 3 teams below. See, I should probably read these before, but no. 3 teams below us, Vancouver, RSL, and Chivas USA version 2, all play tonight or tomorrow, meaning the G's position on the table will change with a possible drop to 7th or 8th. RSL sits in 8th with 45 points and plays Portland tomorrow night. With the win, RSL would move up to 5th in the table, pushing the G's down 1 position. The other game that will impact us is Vancouver against Chivas USA 2.0 at the Stake of California tonight. Vancouver is currently tied with the G's on 47 points, and if they win, they will move to 4th on the table. However, if Vancouver loses to Chivas 2.0, Chivas will move into a tie with the G's and place ahead of us on a superior goal differential. Even with the tie, Vancouver moves ahead of us by a point. So regardless, by the end of the night, the G's will be in 7th in the West, and depending on what happens tomorrow, possibly out of the playoffs looking in. The best results for us would be Vancouver winning and Portland winning. If both of these games go against the G's, we will not control our own destiny on Sunday. We would need the other teams to lose. But don't get too down. Just look at the way we normally close out the seasons. The last 4 years resulted in 4 losses. Oh crap. Well, 5th time's the charms, right? So what's going to happen Sundays? So what is going to happen on Sunday?
You want me to read the rest?
There's so much. There's still a couple. Side note number 1: I will be at the game on Sunday and hope to see everyone at the Riot Squad pregame party. Sure, it's a 3 p.m. game, so let's get there around 10 or 11 to make sure you have an ample drinking time. I look forward to seeing all of you vaccinated people on Sunday. Anti-vaxxers, please stay home. Side note number 2: last year's co-winner Ryan Adair, I'm assuming I pronounced that wrong, has graciously decided to donate his booze to the squad.
Hey.
So I'll pick up an entire bottle to share with everyone, as well as bring in a couple of mid-price bottles of Irish from my personal collection. Still trying to get in touch with the other co-winner, Elizabeth, to find out if she will be there and what she would like. And then side note number 3, and this is the last one, Fredo won the MLS's back prediction game last year and is entitled to a Modelo. Fredo, either I buy you one at the game or I'll bring you a 6er about the same price on Sunday. I'll be in touch. Thank you, Big Tony, for that email. Appreciate it.
Miss you, sir.
Miss you, sir. We'll see you on Sunday. Drinking some of your Irish collection with
People
you.
have been asking me, like, where is Big Tony? They haven't seen him in a while. I guess they were concerned.
Yeah, he was waiting to his vaccinated and people were,
That's fair.
were vaccinated. Yeah. Wow. I think I'm tired from that email now. What are we talking about? Are we doing light now?
You gotta have a vaccine. Can you say vaccine passport? Is that going to get you in trouble?
You either have to have your
you just have to have a negative test. You have to, or no, you have to be vaccinated.
You have to be vaccinated or have a negative test within 3 days.
And then they do them at the stadium.
Yeah, lot 10.
They do vaccines at the stadium?
No,
testing.
Testing. Oh, shit.
Yeah, testing in lot 10.
I fucking got my vaccine at the stadium. I don't even care what's in it.
It's a Galaxy vaccine, man.
Semen and orange juice. It was like, go for it.
I think there's a lot of Galaxy fans of like it was from the Galaxy. Like, yeah, I'll get it.
Fuck.
It was like blue
yes.
and blue and yellow liquid going into your body.
Man, and and white.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but
and you could like scan your ticket.
Multicolor vaccine
from the chip they put in you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, let's just go beep
beep. It wouldn't work, and you'd be like, you get rid of that.
Yeah, you have to go print out your ticket
you
anyways.
have no one to call because nobody works there anymore.
Yeah. Benjamin, I think it is time for the lightning round. Yeah.
You want to do some predictions for the game first?
Oh yeah, I foresee predictions. Let's do it.
What to expect?
Since you're in last place, you go first.
But I did win last weekend.
I wasn't listening.
I did win.
Am I winning?
You're winning. You have 30. I have 27. He has 25.
Did he give us an order?
So you can catch me?
He didn't give us an order.
Because I did win the last weekend.
Maybe he'll put it in there.
I did predict 1-1.
Did you? I definitely got it wrong. Well, you and I got.
We both
rock,
got it
paper,
wrong.
scissors, ready?
But I'm saying since he's.
But he got the last game right.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, super fast. We'll knock it out.
Tony said I'm first.
Oh, well then go for it.
Oh man, I'm gonna go with a nail-biting 3-2 win.
Okay.
Because I want to be positive.
That is a lot of goals.
I want to be positive. I feel like it's gonna be open because both Minnesota and
everybody
Everyone needs to win.
This is the best ending.
Everyone needs to win.
We got to make the playoffs. It's the best ending to a season I can recall in a while.
No, 2-1. Because you're right. We're not going to score that many goals.
It's a lot of goals.
Yeah. I'll go 2-1. I'll say goals from Chicha. And let's go with a Depew goal.
Ooh.
Yeah, I would say, how far down are you from Tucker? You're like
3 points.
3 points?
6, 5, 4 feet.
Not height, you dick.
Oh. So if you get it bang on.
With 2 goals.
And 1 from Nick Depew, I'm trying to help you out here. Like if you're trying to win.
The ultimate goal is just to beat Ben. That's just the...
That's
always
the goal. And what are you? You're like 2 points ahead of me? Or 3 points?
2. Because I have 27, you have 25.
Okay. And this will be the first time actually...
If we both predict the win... I mean, he would have to get
me?
He would have to get the goal scorer spot on.
All right.
I feel like Ben's gonna be like, nah, fuck that.
Wait, you picked?
I have Chicha and Depew
Chicha
scoring
and
goals.
Depew for 2-1. Were you taking 2-1? You want to go? Why don't you go next? Well, you have the right to time.
Yeah.
The right to the argument. I'll be honest, I hadn't thought about it. This is the problem. Are you sure you don't want to go first?
Yeah, because I'm afraid like if I just spit it out, I might like be like Chicha hat trick or something like that. You know, I
might sell you on us not exactly having a successful day. It could go.
Come on, we have lost, like you said, the last 4.
Then you should have a decent idea of how this is likely to go.
Oh yeah. I say I'm positive. I'm way negative. Like I don't think we're gonna win.
Minnesota is not.
I'm
easy
hoping.
Team.
No.
This was my concern. I think Seattle took a lot out of them. Like I think going into Seattle was this force we prepared to withstand, and they got through it. And I'm wondering if having gotten through that, it's not the thing that you grab and it pushes you up to the next level, but it's something that you got through and then you kind of drop back a little bit. And I don't see that I don't see that Yella or that Robbie or that guy who just gets them over the Ashley Cole or Zlatan drags them over.
You mean Chicha's squeaky Mickey Mouse voice isn't going to work on the team?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just if Jonathan were more of a visible on-field general leader, I think I would feel a little more confident. A lot of it's just regular, playoff nerves and how do we position ourselves successfully, things like that.
And then I don't think it helps. Like, so during the feed on Monday at halftime, they were playing the Robbie Keane highlight reel.
Mm-hmm.
And you think you're like, there's no one like that.
There's not a Robbie.
There's no one who's going to step up and deliver that performance.
With that said, like you look at Chicharito's goals this year. Like Landon Donovan only had 1 season where he scored more than Chicharito scored this season. He had 1. Like Chicharito's having a good as a center forward for the Galaxy. If you cut out, I updated all my
and for not playing for like a third of the season.
I'm telling you, I updated all my weird numbers and my stats and all that shit. And I updated all that in preparation for the show. And I'm looking at it, and it's just if the crazy COVID year doesn't happen, and he's leaving his parents and his wife and all the craziness, if that shit doesn't, and it's all ifs and buts and all that, if that doesn't happen, and if he doesn't get hurt this year, like he's got some substantial numbers. All said and done.
Because what is he at now? 16?
16, yeah. Is it 16? Let me see. I got my master list, but it's just, I
distracted him.
Minorly. He's at 17. He has 2 goals last year and 15 goals this year. Makes him tied for 22nd all time with Sasha Victorine, by the way, in case you wanted to know. This has kind of got to be it. Like, this is it. This is the Chicha train. Like, this is what you're here for. This is it. This is your, you know me, I'm the big.
And don't you feel more confident that it's Vanny at the helm rather than if GBS was at the helm and like, this isn't happening.
We're already done.
This isn't happening.
GBS, I'll give you that. GBS, we're already done. Vanny hasn't blown me out of the water with his tactics, with his substitutions. They're not.
I feel he knows how to get through to a team. Like I feel like he knows how to get through to guys.
He coached them against Austin and Dallas and Houston. Yeah. He's coached them. He set up the formation and the tactics. A lot of them are his play. We brought in 11 players this season. These are your guys, man.
And you're going to bring a lot more.
You're going to bring a lot more dudes in to solve all the other problems. With all that, at where we've gotten to in this season, there's only one choice. There's only one position you can have. I don't know how. I will take.
You're gonna say it. You're gonna say it.
I kind of want to say it.
You're gonna say it.
I can't because it's not gonna happen.
Look, you're pretty
Just do
safe.
it, Tuck.
You're pretty safe to
safe.
win the competition.
Yeah. I mean, this will be the first time you don't beat the listeners, but
Yeah,
you're pretty safe too.
I was actually listening to that part.
Yeah.
I was like, am I not going to come in first overall? Fuck. I will take 3-1 Chicha hat trick. And I'll take that. I'll stroll with that.
Okay.
This is if ever, my God, there was a time for that dude to step up. This is it. And not saying that he hasn't carried his own share of the load this year.
Oh, I thought he worked his ass off on Monday.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's nice seeing the superstar guy put on the captain's armband when the captain leaves and not getting a little sick, not like being a little disgusted because it shouldn't happen, because he's like the name. It's nice watching him on the field dig in and give he's taking fouls, hard fouls that he knows is going to be a hard foul, and he gets his body in there anyway. If not for me beating you guys, which everyone supports, just for him signing off the season, just for him signing off the season,
I fully support it.
I had 12.
He needs to win. I'll give it to him.
Please. please. I had 12-5 coming into the season. Would love for him to get out with 18 goals. I think it's a strong season. Certainly coming back from what he was coming back from. 3-1 Chicha hat trick.
All right, lock it in. Benjamin, what is your prediction for this Sunday?
I like the 3-1 Tuck, but I can't do the same thing as you.
It's nonsensical. Don't do it.
Nah, man.
I want you to win.
So I'm gonna say 3-0.
Oh my Lord! You went the wrong direction.
Hey, I gotta go. It's big. Go big or go home at this point. You know.
Who's scoring the goals?
So this was.
What do you need to beat him?
I need 2 points.
You need 2 points. Okay.
So he got.
No, because we're both
You
predicting
need 2
wins.
points over him.
So
yeah,
you
so
have
I
to
need.
get, you have to
so I
get
have
every
to get
single one
all the goal scores
of your goal scores right.
Yes. So it's gonna be Chicha 2.
Okay, it's a good call.
Chicha's getting 2. He's finishing with 19. And then I'm gonna go with the guy who has picked us up when we needed it. Revolution.
Whoa, that's a bold call, sir.
Ooh, he hasn't scored in months.
He's due.
He had like that 5 games where he scored, and then that was it.
And when we were playing well, he was scoring. He found a way to get a goal.
Yeah, but we haven't been playing.
Hey, man, if we're going into the playoffs.
I would love it if it's 2-1 and 1 goal is Nick DePew and the other one is Revolution.
Is that locked in?
Yeah, we'll go with it.
Locked in?
3-0. No, yep.
People in the comments were saying a goal from Sasha.
I would have gone Sasha or Grant.
I think that's a good call.
Sasha or Grant.
Yeah.
Can we talk? I mean, you tell me.
Relatively quick, because
You
we're going to
help
get to the line round.
Sasha's just fantastic, isn't he?
I would have wished we had him 5 years ago when we were supposed to have him.
I don't even care.
I also
I mean, I agree. But I think he knows what it takes to
he knows
be
the game.
that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really wish we had him 5 years ago.
Outstanding acquisition.
Yeah.
He gives everything.
And I hope if this is it, I hope he stays on as like an assistant.
Oh, I would love to. I imagine. I don't know. Everybody's leaving, so who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been an amazing acquisition on the field, off the field. Fans seem to be right behind him. He signed my game worn Sasha jersey, so that's all ready to get framed. Yeah, he's incredible. I'm fairly certain. I shouldn't say I'm fairly certain. He's who I voted for. Let me phrase it that way. He's who I voted for Lars Player of the Year.
I have a feeling that he's going to win that.
My Lord, if I had a time machine.
Oh, I'm not saying for sure because I think a lot of people are going to be voting for.
Chicharito would be up there.
Well, no, I was saying for
Julian to be up there.
Julian.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of guys who deserve some recognition for sure. I would have. If I'm betting, it's Sasha, but We'll see. Lars Player of the Year this Sunday, immediately after the Galaxy game.
If you are going to hang out with Lars in the tailgate, we are doing the Lars formal, which happens at every.
You dressing up?
Maybe. I usually do.
I've known Ed long
Raccoon?
enough to know that version of maybe means no.
No. I think the one time I didn't dress up was I had like a tuxedo shirt, and I was like,
Tuck, his raccoon costume is dirty from Halloween.
God, you don't want to know what kind of
It's
dirty.
not that kind of dirty.
It's not chocolate.
yeah, it's doo-doo, baby.
I want that drop.
Yeah.
I want that drop. Yeah, man, it's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be a good Sunday. Good
So
fun.
real quick then, and this is up, but real quick, who's your MVP of the year?
MVP of the season.
Yeah,
Chicharito.
Ben.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
I'll go Julian.
Not crazy.
All right.
Oh, that was it. I thought you had
Was
like.
it?
I thought
was
there
You
was
have a whole
bunch.
list?
You're gonna be like humanitarian of the year. Who's your
We're
fucking-
going down the whole thing.
who's the funny guy? Okay. I thought you had some more. That's why it's the only reason I answered so fast. I would have thought about that.
No, because I wouldn't go into the lightning round, sir.
It's doo-doo, baby.
That's how we should close the show out now.
It's
It's doo-doo, baby.
All right, so because we are doing a new format and we're going to be tighter, the lightning round questions are going to be a little more selective. So if you are a Patreon member,
Ben with his red rope on the fucking.
That's right.
the lightning round questions.
If you're a Patreon member, send them through Patreon. They'll always get asked.
There you go.
Otherwise, it's going to be my discretion. If I don't like your question, not getting asked.
Gone.
Make your own podcast.
That's right.
Everybody's doing it. Why not? It's bound to be better than this.
That being said, it is like all this bunch of like nothing really great jumping out.
He wants to be selective, but not
He didn't read them ahead.
read
of
them
time.
ahead of
No,
time.
I read them ahead of time. I'm like, they're
We're
all
gonna
right.
start.
Okay, here we go.
We're gonna start really combing through these bad boys.
Yeah, absolute
different.
unit.
It's gonna be different. But
How,
more
how,
of the
li-
same.
how likely do you think it
Every
is
sheriff
that
in town, ladies and
Cabral,
gentlemen.
Cabral becomes the player? The best question is who has more upside, Cabral or Efra?
Upside?
At this point,
Career or for the Galaxy?
That's all. It's left open to you.
At this moment in time, it's Efra.
Career, Efra Alvarez. For the
Yeah.
Galaxy, it'll be Cabral because Efra will be gone.
And then the other big question everyone wants to know is what's up with DTK? Is he coming back?
I don't think so.
Yeah, all signs point to he's gone.
I had a little bit for that. He's what is it? The Telegraph, right? Said he's rumored. Well, reportedly, it seems like he's about agreed
Yeah.
with Feyenoord. On August 11th, it was reported he was interested, or FC Cincinnati was interested in him. They ended up going with former G Chris Albright as general manager.
There was like reports of him going back to Mexico.
Yeah, but it didn't. I don't know. Nothing ever really seemed to come of it. I went through the players he brought in over the last couple of years. 14 kids coming through into the first team through the academy. Actually retaining draft picks, which is something that never happened. Quayo, Drac, Judd all actually got to play and was integrated into the system. But yeah, brought in a lot of guys, not a ton of big success, I would say. So not that I necessarily want him gone. I'm just not heartbroken that he's leaving.
Yeah,
That
and
makes
there's
sense.
nothing that he's done that I'm like, yeah, he should stay.
Getting Pavone and finagling the U22 rules are the big ones for me because they allow you to get somehow, even though it completely goes against the rules, retain 100% of Julian. I don't know how the fuck he got a U22
He's
contract.
a homegrown somehow.
Well, it's not even that. Like you're only allowed to do it at a certain amount of. It's a lot of things that look. As long as it works, who cares? I don't need to snitch.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, don't be a snitch, man.
Yeah, that's you're paying Efrain Alvarez and Julian Araujo $500,000, and it doesn't cost you $500,000, and it keeps them to extended contracts
And
that
you're-
allow you to
you're
sell
most
them
likely
for,
to sell
for
them,
bigger
yeah.
value.
Exactly.
Both of those guys are going to get sold probably in the next 18 months. I'd wager, but we're going to make a tidy sum off of both of them because of DTK's understanding of the rules. And the Pavone loan is the big one. Most things outside of that, it's a lot of graduates from inside the academy and, Yoni Gonzalez, Diego Polenta, Corona, Acosta, who doesn't play, Katai, Insua. Like there's Gordon Wild.
There's a
lot of names where you're like
a lot of duds
Cabral. I mean, it's still early, but it's
and a lot of big money duds.
he's going through some coin. So I'm not, I'm not going to dog him out. I think he's a very smart guy. I would like to think, given maybe a long time with the project, he could institute something, a really big picture, but that's not really how MLS works at the moment.
And DTK was before Vanny.
Mm-hmm.
Like Vanny is the project.
Vanny is
DTK is not the project anymore.
Yes.
DTK was a project with GBS.
Yes.
But now it's the Vanny show, so it's going to be a completely different way forward. And I think DTK is the one who's.
Yeah, and when Vanny was head coach at TFC, he was the one who brought in the GM. He was the one who contacted Ali Curtis, and that's when that team kind of really took off.
Yeah, I would imagine that's not going to be the case. I would imagine we're going to move into, if I had to bet, we're moving into a Bruce Arena style situation where Vanny is going to.
I got it all, baby.
I got it. Which would go back to the Junior Gonzalez issue of, if you got it all, then you would want your guy doing
the things you want the young guys to
know and understand and philosophy. Get your guy. So I wouldn't be surprised. Wish DTK the best, whatever happens. But if I were bet man, I would imagine this might be the end of the road.
Big Tony posts in the comments, if DTK is gone, I'm worried Klein starts making decisions again.
It sounds like Vanny makes all those decisions, and I'm still a little worried about that. I mean, he's clearly not the end all be all. Like we spent a lot of money this year. We're still the most expensive roster in Major League Soccer, and we're attempting to claw into a playoff spot on decision day
it just
against a better team.
It seemed like we had more of like those 800,000 to 600,000 range players than we before. Because it used to be like the really big money spenders, and then like everyone was like 80,000. Mm-hmm. But now it's like a lot more in the middle. Yeah,
well, I mean, like I think Marcus Verkranis and Jalen Neal making 125 a pop. They can because they're coming from the second team, but it's like we spend like that's the broker end of the team is the 125 range. Like we spend money.
But then you can see like 6 or 7 of those kids don't count against the cap, so you can spend more on the.
Yeah, but then you look at how much money you're spending on the guys who do count against the cap, and it's People still a DTK dude. People's a DTK guy. We're still on for some of these dudes. Like it's not kicking you out, but not crying that you're leaving. We've had worse times.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you for being here tonight.
That's it.
Always a pleasure.
That's it.
Right. Benjamin, thank you,
real
sir.
Selective.
Huh?
Getting real selective on
there was a lot of repeat stuff if you look in there.
It was VIP.
Yeah.
You get your questions in, baby. We'll think about it.
I was trying to think of anything else.
Congratulations to the two of you on doing a 1-hour show.
Appreciate you, sir.
Thank
Game's going to be on FS1 on Sunday.
National television game, Sunday, 3 o'clock. Come meet me, Ben, and Chris. We'll be there with our families. Don't yell obscenities at us, please. As much as you want to.
Don't yell at me at all.
Don't yell at us.
Say hello. Hi is fine.
Come say hi to us.
Hi is great.
We do appreciate you guys being patient with us. Of course, we want to get back to doing these weekly. So
got shit going on, son.
Hopefully we can make this a more regular thing. I know it keeps saying that, but
you give us a little bit, just a little more time, and then we can do this so much more because life will be easier and we'll have less important shit to do that takes up this thing, which is important, right? I have to say that so people think I think it's important too. Wink, wink. You guys know.
On the YouTube, if you watch it,
you're down.
I'll see
it. You understand. But no, we miss you, man. We miss all you guys. Like talking to you. Miss talking to you. Miss all this shit.
Yeah, and it might be one of the last times they come see us out in the games because who knows after Sunday.
You mean for the Galaxy or like me and you going into like a Battle Dome type scenario?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that show?
I love Battle Dome.
I want that belt. Wasn't Terry Crews on that show?
No.
I feel like Terry Crews is on that show. I want to say really quick.
I don't think so.
Terry Crews, I fucking bet you. He had the pecs. He's like T-Money or something like that. T-fucking-Money!
Jesus!
What did I tell you? I'm sorry. Look that shit up. I apologize. Ed, I'm under so much stress right now.
We'll see you guys next week.
You can find us at
T-fucking-Money. Ed, tell him you're fine.
I'm okay.
Ed, tell him you're fine.
Call somebody.
What'd you say?
Blink it, Ed. Blink it.
Tell my wife I love her.
Don't you tell her nothing.
We love you guys.
Terry Crews is on that show. That's what I'm saying.
It was the 90s. That makes sense.
It was a better time. Ed. It was a better time.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
It was the night. Be well, sir.
Fuck you, Brian. Suck a dick, bitch. Woo!